Hi, welcome back to OTH Inside. I'm Jeff Heideck, bringing you the news of One Tree Hill from its hometown here in Wilmington, North Carolina. Now, before we get to some recent filming news and what's coming up next week, let's take a minute to recap what happened last night. Well, the baby mama drama continues to roll out ever so slowly on One Tree Hill this season as Nathan's affair continued to take the spotlight in last night's episode. Although the writers last night did try to put to rest any doubts we might have had that Nathan was a good dad and a good husband. He sat down Haley and explained that even if she thought he would cheat on her, surely she knew that he wouldn't abandon a child the way Dan abandoned Lucas. And we all know that Nathan doesn't want to become Dan Scott, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out in episodes to come. Now, as for Jana Kramer and Alex, I'm glad the writers finally pointed out last night what we've all been thinking, that she acts exactly the way Brooke acted in the first 3 seasons of the show. Although when Brooke fired her, it seemed kind of permanent, although I doubt Jana Kramer's going anywhere. But I gotta say, if she left, I really wouldn't miss her. You know, Jana Kramer's a fine actress, but that character has been written all over the place this season. She's ditzy one minute and deep the next, and it just isn't gelling for me. And also, is it just me, or was Chantal Van Santen brought into this show to replace Peyton as Tree Hill's resident weeper? It seems like she's tearing up in every episode, and she's always a little more emotional than everybody else in a scene with her. I guess we'll see if that's going to be true in the episodes to come. You know, next week's episode was actually directed by James Lafferty, and it features a key scene with Robert Buckley, who Amy Hotz talked to this week. She has more with that.
Thanks, Jeff. Yeah, I talked with Robert Buckley last week about all kinds of different things, and you'll see the full story at starnewsonline.com. One of the things we discussed was what it was like to step in on a show after it had been together for 6 years, and he was a new kid on the block. It seems like everybody really brought him into the fold, but he was a little bit homesick, and he talked about that for a little bit. He also talked about some of his favorite places to go in the Wilmington area, including it seems that Wrightsville Beach and Topsail Beach are kind of tied for his best watering holes, so to speak. And we also talked a lot about the bridge scene that's going to come up on next week's One Tree Hill, what it was like to jump off that bridge, and what it was like afterward when his mom found out. You can read that whole interview at starnewsonline.com/OneTreeHill, and we'll see you next week here at OTH Inside.